i.e. murder. Hello my Lipians, and welcome back to another fabulous episode here on my channel. I'm Jacob from JacobisHere, and today we're playing Birth to Death Season 2, which is just a sequel series to Birth to Death, which is where we follow a single sim from birth to literal death. This is that sim, Mindy Pancakes at the moment. I don't know if it'll stay Mindy Pancakes, but today is actually not about her and Iggy like most of these episodes have been. Last episode was her birthday episode. She went out with Iggy. We did some work stuff. It was a good time. We're back into the drama life. So her mom, she just got off of work, came home. Her mom had called her and said, hey, I know that it's like super duper late. It's like 6 or 7 o'clock at night. Maybe a little earlier than that. Can you meet me at a coffee shop in Windenburg? I really need to talk to you. Something really serious happened. And she's like, yeah, I'll meet you at the coffee shop. Let me tell everybody home that I had to leave right to work, and contacted her grandmother, who she's living with, who is London's mom, and we are here with London. Let's see what they have to talk about. I mean, I know. Oh, guys, this is a juicy episode. Juicy. Like, if you've been around since early days of season 1, this is a payoff episode. Get ready. Get prepared. So they're having a very deep and personal conversation. London got a call today from no other than her ex, Mindy's other mom. So as you guys maybe don't know, maybe I need a little refresher here. Mindy was born from London. She was born from London, but she's also Jennifer. I did it in game so they could both be the parents of her. They had a very tumultuous relationship, and really early on we learned, oh, it's also Harvest Fest. Don't worry about that. It's kind of funny it's happening on Harvest Fest, so holidays are not great in this family. Really early on we learned that Jennifer was actually cheating on London with Dina. So they broke off their marriage after London thought, oh my gosh, she's cheating, and then her and Jennifer kind of ran away. But also, like, if you guys remembered really early on those episodes, we also talked about like heavy money problems. They lived in a very small apartment. It was 1 bedroom for a very long period of Mindy's life, up until the time I think she was a child. It's not right before she was a child. That's all they thought about was money problems. But London would come home with these lavish outfits or these lavish items, continuing to give to Mindy to kind of like soak up her support in case they did get married and there was like a divorce battle happening, who she would go with. And for the majority of the time, she has gone to Jennifer for her financial problems. You know, if she wanted to open a business, she went to Jennifer. You know, London is a musical person. She doesn't have a lot of money. Her and Alice are living comfortably now, but they didn't for a very long time. And I think that plays a big factor here. Jennifer and Dina started a business. They were restaurant owners, very big restaurant owners, supposedly. We never actually got invited to a restaurant, which I thought was weird, but I never mentioned it, okay? And they always have this like lavish apartments, these lavish places. They went on lavish trips. It was like hugely expensive stuff. And yet they were quite poor. I mean, now Mindy is quite rich because Mindy has 17 different ways of making money, and her art business took off, and you know, she has like 40 million followers on Simstagram and like all this other stuff. Like, she has money coming in from X, Y, and Z locations, and she has, you know, she had a job that's paying her like, I don't know, the highest amount of money you can earn in that job for a long time. And so she's set and she's good. Also, all the money that her grandpa left over is on her bank account that eventually will get moved out and stuff. As I don't know how that will is written. We will find out. Don't you worry. Shauna's will is out there and we will read it together. But with that being said, that's not today's episode. Today's episode is about Jennifer. She got a call and she basically said, Jennifer is in prison. And Mindy's like, what? Jennifer's where? And she's like, yeah, Jennifer is in prison. Gina and her went to prison for money laundering, extreme tax evasion. She hasn't paid a dime. They've been doing it for a very long time. They finally got caught. Their business went under. They lost everything except for the apartment, which is now under our stepbrother Nilish's ownership. We don't talk to him like at all. Dina is Dina Caliente, if you guys did not know. They were in the same career and they hit it off. I don't really. Oh, there he is. So this is her brother. Probably should live with family, but I mean, he doesn't really have other families to go to except maybe the Calientes, which he could probably move into eventually. Their half brother and half sister is part of the reason why Dina and her got married. Part of the reason why this all came to be was because of that child of so long ago. Either way. And she's like, I really think you should go visit her in prison so she can explain everything to you. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. It's our brother calling us being like, hey, I think maybe we should hang out. I hadn't really met you in a long time since I was like a child. Maybe a little bit as a teenager, just a little bit. And she's like, okay, where is she? And she's like, oh, so they moved her into a prison in Oasis Springs, back behind the land grabs. Do you think you can go tonight? And she's like, yeah, I think there's a high possibility I could probably go tonight. Let me call Shauna. I'm gonna call Shauna, and then, you know, we'll see what Shauna says. Like, that's insane. I don't even know what's going through Mindy's mind right now. I'm sure she's kind of freaking out. Her mother has been arrested for that. She had no idea. They haven't called her. They haven't talked to her. She had just seen her mom, Dina, not that long ago. And so this stuff has been going on in the background with the lawyers and everything else. And they lost. Hey, do you think you can watch the kids again? I know Iggy's home, but like, I don't know, could you have her back on that regard? I kind of have to go to Oasis Springs. I might be home relatively late tonight. For the kids, I love them, and make sure they get in bed on time and things. Thank you so much. I will, I'll call you later. I'm sure she also ordered an Uber, and we're gonna go ahead and go to the prison. Alright, she's turning to her mom, and she's asking her. Now, technically, I'm not controlling her, so she's technically supposed to be on this side. But you get the point here. It is a rental. She can live here, by the way. Hanging Street. I thought, not important. This is the way it works in The Sims. It's not important. If you guys are curious, feel free to ask in the comments down below. I'd love to explain to you, but I don't want to take you out of the storytelling. So she asked her mom, hey, so what happened? How long has it been happening for? Her mom's like, since you were 1. I met Dina at work, and she came with this idea. What if we start taking money, and it was solely off of your grandparents? So that'd be Shauna, because her parents been dead forever. That'd be Shauna and, London's parents. And then I thought, okay, what if we start take it off of London? We start taking off your mom, pulling out things from hers. Dina started to do it out of Tina, the Calientes, which are pretty wealthy people as they are, and they started to grow some bit of money. And she's like, okay, but that's not tax evasion, Mom. That is stealing. You should be in jail for that, but it's not tax evasion. How did this explode? And she's like, well, we decided we need a front. I like cooking. We thought a business in that regard would be better. So we bought a little venue and paid some money to have great advertisements. It wasn't that very well, but enough people came and it started to look kind of like a real business. And Dina got a job in banking, and then we started to like really take money from the banking, which has been all proven in the courts. And then once it came to tax evasion, we started really splurging and making the numbers not really accurate. And so now we're here in jail. And she's like, how long are you sentenced for? And she's like, me personally, I think I'm here for the next 10 or so years. Dina, who's been charged with a bit more because hers is a bit more extensive, i.e. murder, let's not talk about it, isn't here for 25 for life. Dina will never leave prison. She will die in prison. I don't think. You answer me. Do you think the Sims have death penalty? I don't think they do. I think it's a bit of a bigger question. I mean, we deal with some very, very sensitive topics on this channel anyways in this series. Very dramatic. One would say a soap opera. Yeah, her mom is in jail. That was the point of this episode. I know it's a bit shorter, but like they're talking, they're chatting. We visited her mom in jail. Her mom's unit, by the way, is in here. This unit right here. This is where her mom resides. Dina is her cellmate. And I don't think, because we're out and about, I don't think we'll actually get to see them. The other units that are around here are super funny. They are a certain TV show. I was just looking to see if we can see them. I think we have to be like more located on their lots and stuff, and I don't think it's gonna be focused. These lots are empty. There's some really funny stuff going on in there if we end up ever coming back and visiting. I'm sure, I don't know. I actually don't know if, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't ever think, I think this is it. I think this is the final straw for Mindy. That's part of the reason why I want to make this episode, is because I kind of want your guys' opinion as well. If you guys have been around in Mindy's life for such a long time, do you think this is a final straw for Mindy? Because I personally do. I'm on the boat that this is a personal straw for Mindy. She stole from her grandparents, she stole from her mom, she stole from the government and a lot of other stuff, but like I think the more personal things are worse. Obviously Dina did do a little bit of murdering, but that's not really the important part here. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the taking from family, I think, is the part that's going to make Mindy the most frustrated and not really understanding. Now she has to go home and she has to talk to Shauna and she has to tell Shauna these things. And Shauna is doing horrible. Shauna's health is some of the worst it's ever been since her grandpa, passed away. Shauna's heart is just, she's not really sure how much longer Shauna has. It could be days, it could be weeks, it could be years. If they're lucky. It's just not looking super hot for Shauna. She has to go home and break her heart again, And so she's tempted not to do it. And she doesn't even know if her mom knows exactly the extent of this. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this situation. What would you guys do? Would you cut off ties? I think Mindy, I think this is the final straw for them. Jennifer did a lot, but also, to be fair, I never sold Mindy's business, but it was seized from Mindy. With everything inside of it, she didn't get any of her paintings. One would have to assume, because it wasn't Mindy's money that bought the business, did not buy the building. It was Jennifer's. one would assume that Jennifer was like, oh, this is or Dina, somebody, one of them, assumed that this is a way to do this. She is a good front. So I feel like that's probably what happened. Because I didn't sell the business, but we don't, like if we come in here and I'm showing you, like, panels and stuff, I don't own a retail. I don't know where it went. I didn't do it. The game did it. Well, it makes a lot more sense now, if you ask me. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let me know what your guys' thoughts and stuff in the comments down below, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.